Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where I share interesting and informative videos about various topics. Today, I'm going to talk about Indonesia's growing economy and why it is one of the most promising emerging markets in the world. Indonesia is the largest economy in Southeast Asia and the 10th largest in the world in terms of purchasing power parity. It is also the fourth most populous country in the world, with more than 270 million people. Indonesia has a diverse and rich cultural heritage, with more than 300 ethnic groups and languages. It is also home to the world's largest Muslim population and a vibrant democracy. Indonesia has achieved impressive economic growth since overcoming the Asian financial crisis of the late 1990s. Between 2000 and 2019, its GDP grew by an average of 5.3% per year, making it one of the fastest-growing economies in the region. Indonesia has also made significant progress in reducing poverty, cutting the poverty rate by more than half from 19.1% in 1999 to 9.2% in 2019. However, Indonesia's economy was not spared from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which caused its first recession since 1998. In 2020, its GDP contracted by 2.1%, as lockdowns and social distancing measures affected domestic demand and external trade. The pandemic also reversed some of the gains in poverty reduction, as about 2.8 million people fell into poverty and 1.8 million people became unemployed. Despite these challenges, Indonesia's economy has shown resilience and signs of recovery in 2021, thanks to its comprehensive policy response and favorable external conditions. The government implemented a large-scale fiscal stimulus package, equivalent to 4.5% of GDP, to support the health sector, social protection, and economic recovery. The central bank also provided monetary easing and liquidity support, as well as purchasing government bonds in the primary market to ensure financial stability. As a result, Indonesia's economy grew by 5.17% year-on-year in the second quarter of 2021, faster than market expectations and the strongest pace in 3 quarters. The recovery was driven by a rebound in household consumption, government spending, and fixed investment, as well as strong export performance amid rising commodity prices and global demand. Leading indicators suggest that the momentum continued in the third quarter, despite a surge in COVID-19 cases due to the Delta variant. The World Bank projects that Indonesia's economy will grow by 4.4% in 2021 and 5% in 2022, supported by a gradual improvement in domestic demand and positive spillovers from a stronger global economy. However, there are still downside risks and uncertainties related to the pandemic, such as new variants, vaccine availability and distribution, and public health measures. Therefore, Indonesia must accelerate its vaccination program, which aims to cover 70% of its population by early 2022. In addition to managing the immediate crisis, Indonesia also has an opportunity to boost its long-term growth potential by implementing structural reforms and policy actions that can enhance its competitiveness, productivity, and inclusiveness. Some of the key areas for reform include improving tax revenue collection and fiscal space. Indonesia has one of the lowest tax-to-GDP ratios among its peers, at around 10%, which limits its ability to finance public spending on infrastructure, health, education, and social protection. The government has recently passed a landmark tax reform law that aims to simplify and harmonize the tax system, broaden the tax base, reduce tax evasion, and improve tax administration. Strengthening human capital development. Indonesia ranks low on the World Bank's Human Capital Index, which measures the health and education outcomes of a child born today. Indonesia faces challenges such as high stunting rates among children under 5 years old, 24%, low learning outcomes among students, 42% of 15-year-olds are functionally illiterate, and low labor force participation among women, 52%. The government has launched several initiatives to address these issues, such as expanding health insurance coverage, improving nutrition programs, increasing education spending and quality standards, and promoting women's empowerment. Enhancing digital transformation. Indonesia has a vibrant digital economy that grew from $41 billion in 2019 to $77 billion in 2020. It also has several unicorn companies that are valued at more than $1 billion each, such as Gojek, ride-hailing, Tokopedia, e-commerce, Traveloka, travel, Bukalapak, e-commerce, OVO, fintech, and Rally, B2B e-commerce. However, there is still room for improvement in terms of digital infrastructure. Only 64% of Indonesians have access to broadband internet. Digital skills. Only 38% of Indonesians have basic digital skills. And digital regulations, such as data protection and cybersecurity laws. Pursuing green growth. Indonesia is one of the most vulnerable countries to climate change impacts, such as rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and biodiversity loss. It is also one of the largest greenhouse gas emitters in the world, mainly due to deforestation and land use change. Indonesia has committed to reducing its emissions by 29% by 2030 and achieving carbon neutrality by 2060. To do so, it needs to shift to a low-carbon and climate-resilient development path by investing in renewable energy, restoring forests and peatlands, promoting sustainable agriculture and fisheries, and enhancing disaster risk management. Indonesia is a rising global economy that has a lot of potential and opportunities for growth and development. It also faces some challenges and risks that require sound policies and reforms. By overcoming these challenges and seizing these opportunities, Indonesia can achieve its vision of becoming a prosperous, inclusive, and green nation. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more interesting and informative videos. See you next time.